Hello people of the internet, it's Amanda, and today's video is definitely going to be bittersweet because it's my 5th TR anniversary today. It's been 5 years since I accidentally watched Hana no Chihere and immediately fell in love with Hirano show's Kaguragi Haruto. Never looked back since then. It turned me into a Kinpuri fan, and it was also the reason why I started talking about J-dramas here on my channel. So today is a very special day for me. I've been trying to celebrate this day annually since that first year. But this year it's a little bit different because it's also the furage of Kinpuri's Mr. 5 Best Album, which is not only their latest album but also their last album as a 5-piece unit. So I'm not sure how this video is gonna turn out, but I'll try as much as possible to still walk you through all of the versions how I usually do here on my channel. And yeah, so let's just get to it. Before I start, I just want to say that all of the versions have limited time videos with them, as with any other Kinpuri release from Magic Touch. For the other details that I won't be mentioning in this video, I'll just put them right here. And so let's just move on to the regular version as a start. So this is what it looks like. Kaito was the one who drew this, and it has references from all of Kinpuri's releases so far. Now, since this is a best hits album, all of the versions feature songs from their past releases. The main tracks are the lead singles that they've had so far, with the exception of one song that they did for all of the albums, which is titled Beautiful Flower. Now again, going back to this cover, so when they released this, a lot of fans really had fun sort of looking at the references that they did. So there's Cinderella Girl, and then there's Loving You right there. So I Promise, Land, Tsukiyomi, and then Trace Trace, Koi Wazurai, Bokura no Great Journey. So definitely all of the references right here in this cover. So at the back, there's this image right here. And as compared to other releases where the albums or the singles usually just have one CD for the regular version, this one has 2, with the second CD including 5 tracks: Naughty Girl and Love, Bokura no Great Journey, Namae Oshiete, and Ichiban. This is what the CD on the inside looks like. And it also includes a bonus cover, which is the outline of the cover that I just showed you earlier. But this one, they said that it's more of a coloring book style cover. So yeah. And then moving on, so it also has the track list on the inside as usual, but that's basically it for the regular version. The first press version of the regular version has 5 covers featuring the members. At the back are their member colors, and then depending on the member color, that's who the member that's looking straight at the camera is featured. I like that for this particular release, instead of doing solo photos for each member, it shows them as a collective in each version of this, but the focus just changes depending on the member that is being highlighted in it. Again, I do feel like it works well with other releases where we have actual solo covers for favorite members and stuff like that. But for this special release, since again it's an album and at the same time their last album as a 5-piece unit, showing all of them in the covers, and yeah, and even if there's a specialty to it depending on which is your favorite member, I just really like the choice that they did where it features all of the members still in the photo. Now moving on to limited edition A. So this is what the front looks like, and then at the back, so it features another photo of them very similar to this one, but they're a lot more smiley in this one. This is what the spine looks like. And then we have this. So when you pull it out, so it includes the CD and also a photo booklet right here. So let's start with the photo booklet first. It just says King and Prince, Mr. 5, then the flowers, and then photos of them from the main visual, but then solos. And then what I like about this one is it actually has a section that features Prince, So Kishi, and Jin, and there's a lot of like 2 shots right here. And then there's also a set just focused on King, which is Kaito, Sho, and Ren. And then at the back, you know, they have a photo of the 5 of them, but then yeah, so yeah. Now, all of the information prior to this version, limited edition A, they only mentioned that the DVD of this will contain a special music video from King and Prince. I initially thought that it was going to be a music video for Beautiful Flower, because again, the main music video for this release is King and Prince, Queen and Princess, KPQP, because that was the song that topped the voting for when they did this poll amongst the fans, and that's why it's getting a music video. But I wasn't prepared to see that the music video is apparently for Cinderella Girl. It actually includes Cinderella Girl 2023 music video, a dance version, as well as a behind the scenes reel. And the other disc for this is a curation of songs that they chose, which titled Sweet and Memories, which includes 10 tracks. Focusing on 2023 Cinderella Girl, it's no secret that Cinderella Girl is memorable because obviously it's their debut single. I would even go as far to say that this is a song that not only Tiara's love, but I think a lot of like Johnny's fans who's heard this also enjoy the song. And it's just like this song that became this like its own thing, you know, and it's also quite interesting that they released that they have a 2023 version of this, because in those 5 years that they've debuted, they've obviously grown so much as a group. So many things has happened to them. I mean, Genki has left, and then now things are also changing, and they're also approaching their 5th anniversary, but they're not gonna approach it in a way, and are gonna celebrate it together. And they've also steered clear from this particular image, not in a bad way, but it was their starting point, that the royal image was their starting point, and this was what started it for them. But they've grown so much and have evolved so much, not just in their image, but also vocally, their dance skills, everything. They've grown so much since that music video, like that first song. And for them to do like a refreshed version of this in light of their 5th album, their 5th anniversary, it would have been like a very, very interesting thing if it weren't for the events that are happening afterwards. But I do feel like just erasing that fact for a minute, I feel like this is such a very Kinpuri thing to do a rehashed version of this song that was so special, not just to them but their fans, for their 5th album and their 5th anniversary. Like, I think whether or not it's within the context of the other members leaving, it would have still held the same impact. It's just that now it just feels very conflicting But yeah, but if it weren't for, you know, the things that are happening, and they still chose to do a 2023 version of Cinderella Girl, I definitely would still be very, very happy about it. Like, I feel like in an alternate universe where the things that are happening aren't happening and they do this, I'll still be very, very happy that they did, because again, this is such a special song. And it's not every day that you see artists do a new version of songs that they've done in such a manner. And yeah. Now the thing is, I think another reason why it also feels emotional is because when they announced like the things that are included in this album, they only said that there's a special music video from King and Prince for this version, and they never really mentioned what it was. And again, as I've said, I thought that it was going to be for Beautiful Flower. So finding out that it's Cinderella Girl, a new version of it, seeing them in these costumes, which I've talked about this in the tweet previously, where for some reason, like, the royalty costumes, it fits them in this particular in this particular setting when it's just them and their fans and anything. But when you put them in like a different setting, like a music show, in these outfits, they seem like they've outgrown this, not just because they've matured, because obviously, you know, the members have aged and stuff like that, but also because there's just something about their aura now that is more true to outside of what's this royal image. And I don't know, like, it's just so different, and so it just feels so different and weird in a good way to have a comparison looking at their Cinderella Girl then versus now. And yeah, it's just, I mean, it's the perfect testament to showing just how much they've grown. And they've done Magic Touch, Ichiban, all these other releases to show that. But to have like that direct connection from Cinderella Girl then to now in this particular album, it's just very, very interesting in a way. Emotionally compromising, but interesting. So yeah, for this version as well, it includes a postcard, and this completes the photos that they've been given, like the postcards that they've been putting in their past 3 releases. Now the photo is complete. I'll show you a photo of what it looks like when you connect all of the pieces together, but it features all of their live performances as well in this in this kind of like commemorative manner. So yeah, like everything just really led up to looking back at the 5 years that they've done, which I'm actually, like, again, as much as I want to say that, you know, it's again, I do feel like it's still something that they would have done in celebration of like their 5th anniversary if things weren't going the way that they do, because this is a tribute not just to their past 5 years, but also the relationship to their fans. And I feel like in another universe, this could have been like a good way for them to announce an upcoming concert or tour. Unfortunately, that's not happening, but I'm really glad that they were really smart with this one. Now moving on to limited edition B. So this is what it looks like. Again, I've talked about this before in a tweet. I love that now it's not surprising for them to release like 2 contrasting visuals for their releases Doesn't have to be as cohesive at all, because that's basically what their concepts have been about. Especially starting Recents, where they're now unafraid to show two sides of them. There's this royal image, there's this experimental, more mature, more true to their vibe kind of music. They've been always open to trying new things and stuff. And I like that the album covers for this release reflected that. There's the sparkly, kira kira cover, and then we have this one where they're playing cards. They're just in very nice chic outfits and stuff, and it seems like it's like a private bar kind of thing, so very grown up in a way. This is what the spine looks like on the inside. So we also get a photo book again with just the very, very simple King and Prince Mr. 5 title right here, and then some of the photos. So yeah, there are solo shots here, as well as 2 shots of the members, and then there's the actual CD. So yeah, now it's been like an ongoing thing with Kinpuri. Like during their free time, they always show in behind the scenes of concerts or music shows or anything like that. They usually play cards and stuff like that. So I like that this, even if this is like a stylized version of that kind of imagery, it's still true to them and what they usually do during their off times, And now this one contains a curation of, for CD2, a curation of Cool and Groovin', which contains again 10 tracks within that particular theme. And then for the DVD, it includes KPQP's music video, the live recording version, and the behind the scenes. So when we open, so this is what the inside looks like. So yeah, and again, now KPQP was chosen because they asked fans, to vote for songs, and that song came out on top, rightfully so. I mean, for me, KPQP has always been that song that signified endings for Kinpuri. Endings back then that were a good way, because it marks a certain new beginning for them. When they stopped performing, when it was like their graduation from Shokora, it was a song that they performed. It was a song that they performed at the end of their earlier concerts in their encore performance for Land. And yeah, it's always been that song, and again, it describes their relationship with their fans. So it was just perfect that it was the one chosen for during that in that poll, and to have its own music video. I remember joking around, like, what if like a song like Bounce Tonight was the one that topped that list? So would they have made a music video for that one? But so again, I do feel like everything just fell perfectly in place with this one. And yeah, I feel like given the circumstances, KPQP is the perfect song to have, its own music video as well. And again, I do feel like even I've been saying this, like alternate universes and stuff, but I do feel like for their 5th anniversary, they probably would have picked like a song like this to make a music video of, to celebrate the moment, their 5th year and stuff like that. And yeah, I just think that everything just fell into place with KPQP for this one. And yeah, and interesting, KPQP and also Cinderella Girl in 2023. It's bittersweet, but it just makes sense for this release, for everything that's happening in a way. Yeah. Finally, so this is what the limited edition B version comes with, a poster. I like that this time around this is vertical as compared to the usual horizontal. I also love this photo a lot. So again, it reflects, you know, the image that like the imagery that they've used for this one, but a variation of that. Really love this. It's an absolutely beautiful photo. It kind of like shifts the simplicity. It's a refreshing shift from the simplicity of the past posters that they've done in the more recent releases, and I just absolutely love the vibe of this one. I also got the Dear Tiara version, but it still has to be shipped to my address here. I think they're gonna start shipping it out tomorrow because tomorrow is the actual release date. So I'll probably talk more about that when I receive it, or who knows, I forgot about the Tsukiyomi one. So who knows, but yeah, so this is basically it. I'm not sure if there are any other, you know, like release day videos that I'll be filming in the future. This might be the last. This might be, I don't know. I mean, I'm still gonna push more videos here on my channel about different things and stuff like that, but it kind of feels weird filming this, not knowing if this is like, if I'll ever find another group that I would love as much as I do with Kinpuri, because I'm like a one group or one artist type of person. Like I listen to other artists and stuff, but for something to be my favorite and for me to exert effort into making content for it and stuff like that, that's really hard to come by for me. And so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing any of this again in the future, like posting release day videos, walkthroughs of albums and stuff. So it honestly feels different filming this video. But all I can say is, as much as I have mixed feelings about Kinpuri, you know, just making a best hits album, I wanted them to release like new songs, not just one. But now receiving this album, it just kind of like makes sense in a way. It's perfect to have for those, like, if you don't have like the other singles or anything, this is a good collectible to have. It just feels surreal, you know, just doing this, and I enjoyed the past 5 years. I'm looking forward to what Renkai will push out. I'm hoping that I'll get to also hear and react to music or any other things that Jin, Sho, and Kishi would probably do after this. I'm curious as to what kinds of sounds Ren and Kaito would make as a two-person unit after. It's definitely hard to imagine these things, but it's nice that this is how they chose to like end this part of their chapter, because I do feel like this is a beautiful release. Beautiful Flower, so it's such a good song that also references lyrics from their past songs, which I think is genius. I just love this group so much. And I'm kind of scared of what will happen, what's gonna be in store after this one. But I'm also pretty excited for them and what else is out there for them after this. And I'm glad that again they chose to close this chapter with something as beautiful as this album. And yeah, and I know that they'll always hold a special place in my heart, and that these albums, I'm the type that things that I've loved as a kid, even if I've outgrown them, I still have them with me. I never really threw out or sell or give away things that are related to things that I love, even if I've stopped, being so invested in them anymore. So I know that this is a release that I'm gonna treasure for as long as I can. And yeah, tell me down in the comments below, what are your favorite things about this album? How did you find the music videos? What are your thoughts about this entire thing in general? Let's talk it out down in the comments as usual. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel and you would want to hear more from me, please hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon in a new video. Bye!